Yo people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. So have you seen this? David De Gea is not on Manchester United's retained list, which has been sent to the Premier League. And the club say he is still negotiating a contract. But as of yet, he could be about to be released at the end of his current contract by Manchester United. Is this goodbye? It kind of feels like it could be edging towards that way. Although, I wouldn't be surprised to see him sign a new deal. Manchester United are being linked with other goalkeepers on an almost daily basis now as well. So you've obviously got that in the background. And the fact that David De Gea's season at Manchester United did not go accordingly. Erik ten Hag has been speaking about possibly signing him down to a new deal. He's been speaking positively about him all season. But he's kind of had no choice. You know, he's been United's main goalkeeper. Yes, we've had Jack Butland and Tom Heaton there. But you don't want to be relying on those guys with all due respect. And he kind of had to keep David De Gea on side. Was he just playing a game? Does he actually not mind David De Gea staying on, but just being a squad player? Or is he forced to keep David De Gea because we haven't got the funds available to get a goalkeeper as well as all the other signings we make? And we still don't know currently what's going to happen. When is this takeover going to be completed? Whether it's to Qatar or whoever, when is the takeover going to be completed? So that as well will impact things. And this provides a backdrop of uncertainty over David De Gea's future. But officially, he has not been retained by Manchester United. And we just have to wait and see over the next 2 weeks if a contract's agreed. Because if it's not, and it hasn't been yet, then David De Gea will be leaving Manchester United after an awfully long time at the club, over 10 years at the club. He's won the Premier League, he's won a Europa League, he's won an FA Cup, he's won a League Cup as well, 2 of them. He's won a fair few trophies at Manchester United. Maybe didn't go as we thought it would when he joined the club under Sir Alex Ferguson. But nevertheless, David De Gea has been a Manchester United legend, but time is probably up. Let's have a look at the official announcement of United's retained list, as well as everything else that's going on at the moment. Before we do that, do me a favour, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share, and all that jazz as well. In terms of the latest on the takeover, I did a video on that yesterday once we heard from Reuters that the Qataris were looking like possibly being given that exclusivity in negotiations, and those reports were backed up and reiterated by further reports in the business world yesterday. So it looks like that is where we're at there, and there's been no real further announcements or leaks or anything like that as of yet. But let's have a look at this announcement on the retained list. It goes on to say Manchester United's retained list has been sent to the Premier League ahead of the full announcement. Now, if you guys don't know what this is, it's similar to Football Manager, when you have your contracts expiring towards the end of the season and you have to say set for release, negotiate a new deal, or you just leave it to run down. And some of these players have been released or set for release. And I'll read through the whole thing. So the likes of Axel Tuanzebe, set for release, is going to be released at Manchester United at the end of his contract. Phil Jones as well. Ethan Galbraith, Deschamps Bernard. Those are just a few of them that have been released by Manchester United. So let's read this. Manchester United's retained list has been sent to the Premier League ahead of the full announcement. In terms of the goalkeeping department, discussions remain open with David De Gea over a potential new contract, while Tom Heaton and Nathan Bishop have had extensions triggered on their deals. Extensions were also processed for defenders Reece Bennett and Ethan Laird, while under-21s player coach Tom Hudson is expected to stay after discussions over a new contract. Now, I know it's, Tom Hudson isn't a key part of the team, but if you look at the contrasting reporting there, Tom Hudson hasn't yet signed a deal, but in the official release from United, it says he's expected to stay after discussions over a new contract. David De Gea, who we've heard reports of over the last few months, was close to signing a new deal. It says discussions remain open. So there doesn't seem to be a positive slant on that in terms of he's going to sign a new deal soon, which the Manchester United website would love to put on things. Young forward Matteo Mejia has also been offered a deal. As announced last month, centre-back Phil Jones is leaving after 12 years. Fellow defender Axel Twanzebe is departing after 37 first-team appearances, having captained the Reds at every level. I'm a bit disappointed at that one, gutted. Not that he's been released, look, had to happen. But he was a player that I had high hopes for, highly rated, done well at various times, but of course suffered from a lot of injuries, which was disappointing. He had that game in Paris, though, and we'll never forget it. Ethan Galbraith and Deshaun Bernard are seeking new opportunities elsewhere, so they've been set for release. Eric Hambry, Charlie Wellens and Manny Norkett are leaving the academy after the end of their current terms. So then it has the retained list, and it has Section A, which is players aged under 24 as of June 2023. So these are all the players that Manchester United have said will be in the squad for next season as it stands. And, like the likes of Amad Diallo, Anthony are in this, Nathan Bishop, Anthony Elanga. Now, of course, Anthony Elanga could leave, but contractually United are saying we're keeping him. Alvaro Fernandez, Will Fish, Alejandro Garnacho, Mason Greenwood, interestingly, is on that. But all that says, again, is that he's contractually part of the club. No one really knows what's going to happen in regards to that. Zidane, Iqbal, etc. So as you get my drift, players under 24 are on that list. And it says extension activated for some of them or contracts offered for some of them. And then the Section B retained list. Players aged over 24 as of 30th of June include Eric Bailly, Casemiro, Diogo Dalot. Eric Bailly may be leaving, but doesn't include David De Gea. So, is he leaving? Is he staying? Who knows? It looks like he could be on his way, though, because surely if he was going to sign a deal, it would have been signed by now. Surely. Maybe he's looking for alternatives. Maybe there's an offer on the table there for him from United to be, a goalkeeper at United, but not the main man, not number one, and it's on reduced terms to the terms that he's signed. And maybe he's got offers or interest from elsewhere, Spain, Saudi Arabia, who knows where, potentially looking to tempt him away. And he's got a choice to make. Do I stay, stick around, maybe be on the bench at Manchester United, or do I go and take one of these moves? But the mood seems to be David De Gea is off. Which, look, I know there haven't been some great times recently, but I got a lot of love for the guy, man. Especially during some bad times. The geezer was absolutely incredible. So I would be, it'd be a bit sad. But United need to be ruthless, and I think we need a new number one goalkeeper. It's just whether we got the funds to do that. As again, any updates on the takeover, I'll let you know. But let me know your thoughts on this current situation with David De Gea. Should he stay or should he go? See you in a bit.